As a gamer, I get hyped this time of year, every single year. With E3 less than a month away, I noticed that I would usually get on YouTube and start looking up old E3 conferences. Most of the time I look up conferences from this generation, but this past weekend I decided I want to look up the final E3 before the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 was announced, which of course was E3 2012. And after watching this conference again, I will admit, this conference had a strong indication of the direction Sony and Microsoft was headed. And for those people that absolutely hate Phil Spencer and want Don Mattrick back, I challenge you guys to watch this E3 conference and tell me, do you still feel the same way after you watch the conference? Now, I am going to talk about some positives of this conference and also some negatives. With that being said, let's get right to it. The conference got off to a good start. The first game they showed off was Halo 4. Now me, I'm personally a big fan of Halo 4's campaign. The multiplayer, not so much, but I believe Halo 4 campaign, in my opinion, is one of the better campaigns in the entire franchise. And the graphics looked absolutely amazing, especially on the 7-year-old Xbox 360 at the time. So yes, Halo 4 was a great start for this conference. The next game they showed off was Splinter Cell Blacklist. This game was a multi-plat but a very popular franchise, Splinter Cell. And actually, the game recently got a 4K update for the Xbox One X. I'm enjoying the game right now since I didn't get the chance to play it in 2013. So yeah, the conference is off to a decent start. Then EA Sports brought their asses out there talking about the Kinect integration with Madden and FIFA 13. And yeah, everything is better with the Kinect, and you can use the Kinect to do this, you can use the Kinect to do that, and nobody gives a shit. Really, nobody cares. Yeah, then Joe Montana, old ass, look at the way he's holding the controller. You can tell he never played a video game in his life. But they came out there showing the Kinect integration with Madden football, and he was saying hut, 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 and all this bullshit. Now here's another positive for this conference. Forza Horizon, the first Forza Horizon was shown off and the game looked great. Forza Horizon is my favorite racing series, but I didn't know this at the time. So yes, Forza Horizon looked great. So this is definitely a positive for this conference. Remember at the beginning of this video, I said this E3 conference was an indication of the direction Xbox was headed. Now, this part of the show, they talked about TV for up to 25 minutes. 25 minutes of talking about sports, how you can use the Kinect with the ESPN app, how you can use Kinect with the NBA app, the NHL app, Xbox Music, Xbox Smart Glass. They talked about these things for up to 25 minutes of an hour-and-a-half conference that's supposed to be about games. They talked about TV. Now listen, y'all. We just overlooked this because when Xbox One was revealed, they talked about TV. And people was pissed off. It was some bullshit. The sad part about it is they showed us the previous year's E3, the direction they was headed, and we just overlooked it. Including me as an Xbox guy, I just overlooked it. Because I'm going to be honest, I actually liked the Kinect. I did. But I would not put the Kinect over any new AAA games. And that's what Microsoft did. And that's why this generation has been so difficult. The Don Mattrick era, yes, the Tiny D, the Don Mattrick era. I have no idea why people say they like Don Mattrick. It was Kinect over everything for him. Next up was Daryl Gallagher, who is currently the head of the brand new Microsoft first-party studio, The Initiative. He came out there and he showed off the reboot to Tomb Raider. This is definitely a positive because Tomb Raider was amazing. Then our boy Phil Spencer came out there and announced 3 new indie titles. The first title was called Ascend. Don't know if that game ever came out. I've never heard of it in my life. The second title was Loco Cycle. We all know Loco Cycle. That was some bullshit. And the third one was a game called Matter. I don't think the game matters because I never heard of it before. The next game they showed off was Resident Evil 6. Is there anything else I need to say? No. Then, of course, here we go. More Kinect shit. Oh boy. Then the South Park guys came out there to talk about South Park, The Stick of Truth, which is a game I really enjoyed. So yes, this was a positive about the conference. Now this is the part of the conference where I would say that Xbox fell off. They fell all the way off. I'm not saying that Usher isn't a talented guy. I'm saying he shouldn't be at a video game conference dancing and shit. This is the part that really had me thinking, what the hell was Xbox doing? Even back then, I remember watching this and seeing, why is Usher here? I understand they're promoting Dance Central, and Dance Central was a game that my family really enjoyed. But we're at a video game conference, not the Grammy Awards. No offense to Usher, but do me a favor, Usher. Go on and get your ass out of here. Don't come back to Xbox shows anymore. But while Xbox was doing shit like this, Sony was doing shit like this. Watching E3 2012 really opened my eyes up to a lot of different things. It showed me that the first Kinect being a success was the worst thing that happened to Microsoft. They put all of their resources and their focus into the Kinect. They even included it into their next-gen console, the Xbox One, which made the console price go up to $500. Don Mattrick was a numbers guy. The Kinect sold well, so he ran with it. Instead of focusing on games, he focused on Kinect games and TV and all the things you can do with the Kinect. You can talk to Kinect, you can do this with the Kinect. And that's not what us gamers wanted. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't like the Kinect, because I did like the Kinect. But I didn't like the Kinect at a sacrifice of first-party AAA games. Yes, so those that like Don Mattrick and want him back, I don't know what to say to y'all. Now, on the other hand, Sony, the PlayStation Move didn't sell so well, which of course made Sony double down on their first-party games. And yes, while Xbox was showing Usher shake his ass on stage, PlayStation was showing The Last of Us. Damn. Alright everybody, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you happen to stumble upon my channel and you think I'm decent enough, why don't you subscribe? Alright everybody, peace and love. Peace and love.